rather slowly, I'm afraid, really, yes, but I'm trying terribly hard. But I've just been sent a slimming diet by the Flour Advisory Board, which means that I can slim with bread. How about that?
That
sounds good.
Yes,
it's called Delicious Dieting with Bread. How about that?
Isn't that interesting?
Yes, but while they were sending me that, actually, they also sent me some extracts from the Coma Report. And this is a new government report by the Committee on Medical Aspects of Food Policy.
My goodness.
And it's it was a 3-year study into bread, flour and other cereal products, which I have found terribly interesting, actually. They say, contrary to popular belief, flour and bread are not solely starch, carbohydrate, but contain, in addition, protein, a small amount of fat, certain vitamins of the B complex, and inorganic nutrients, including the trace elements. All flours and breads also contain cereal dietary fibre. Now, they go on, and further on in the report, it says, however, the report cautions that excessive consumption of uncooked bran from whatever source may give rise to difficulty in the assimilation of certain essential inorganic nutrients, such as zinc.
Really?
Which, yes, you see, which rather warns people against really just, you know, buying bran and putting it on everything.
That's
which
right.
some
Well,
people
I
are
tend to.
keen.
I'm a bit bran mad, I think.
Yeah, I don't. No, I don't. But I know a lot of people do, don't
Yes,
they?
it's a question of everything in
Moderation.
You know, in moderation,
Yes,
that's right. But if you think that there are 11 million large loaves of bread sold every day in England, every day. That's
Good gracious.
That's an awful lot of bread, isn't it? And the greater majority of it is white.
I know lots of people who put, I know, but I buy a lot of wholemeal bread. Harry used to make bread, he doesn't anymore. But I still like an occasional cut white loaf, Mary.
Oh, I don't.
When I do cheese on toast, it's not the same if I do it on rye.
Wool to me.
This is a lovely book, which has actually been out about 3 years, I suppose, this book on English bread and yeast by Elizabeth David.
What a nice old-fashioned recipe.
It's a beautiful book. It really is. It goes into it in great detail. So unless you were very, very interested, I mean, you wouldn't buy it. But she has a lovely little cartoon in it, because do you remember the bread strike?
Yes.
A few years ago, and there are two elderly ladies sort of gossiping over the fence, you see, and one saying to the other, "I've been giving them sliced bathroom sponge and they haven't noticed yet."
Well, I can believe that.
It's true. But it's interesting to hear you say, in fact, that you've been buying wholemeal bread. Now, have you been buying 100% extract wholemeal bread, or wheat, what they call wheatmeal bread, or just brown bread?
Well, there are so many, aren't there, Mary? I don't really
Wholemeal
know.
I look for, is that right?
100% extract whole wheat bread, yes, because sometimes, you know, they put caramel. It is a permitted colouring in brown bread. They are allowed to add, say, 6% fibre.
So it's in fact just a dye.
To a white loaf, and 6% fibre and a little caramel to it, and call that a brown loaf.
Which, of course, it is a brown loaf. It's
is
not a wholemeal, though.
Exactly.
I'm surprised they're allowed to do that, Mary.
The history of bread, actually, if you were interested in the history of it, this is the best book to have. It's marvellous. It goes way, way back. You know, when early man discovered, in fact, that he could keep grains such as rye, barley, oats.
Yes, keep them dry,
wheat.
I suppose.
That's right. He could keep them, store them over the winter, and then grind them up, add water and salt, and in fact make something, bake it, and then make something very edible.
Yes.
That's right. And of course, in medieval times, they used to make a bread called maslin, and that was made from wheat and rye mixed together.
And this is all in the book, is it,
This
Mary?
is all in the book.
They
And
were always flat loaves, weren't they?
Unleavened.
Unleavened
the
bread,
leavening
yes.
didn't come in until a great several hundred years after, after that. But it's interesting to know that in the west of England, when the harvest was bad and there were no oats and so on, they made bread from ground.
No, I've got a word.
No, what have you got?
I've got S.
That's not a word.
Of course it is. A-double-S. What do you think I said?
There's mine, look.
Oh, I've got a lovely
Extra.
word.
Extra. That's a word,
Yes,
isn't it?
that
Right,
is.
so that's one to me. All right, you ready? Next
I've got
one?
one. I've got tension.
Tension. Very nice.
Oh, that was there already.
Right, next one is O. O. I can't play and play as
Thank
well.
goodness the letters are
Quick.
big.
Did you say this is a
You've got to do
children's
O.
one, then?
All right, Kai. O.
I've got a word.
O.
What have you got?
Oh,
Say it.
she's
And,
won.
only a little one.
And.
And.
Oh, so
You know
you've
you
won
can
that
go
round.
downwards too. If you've got word, it's.
Oh.
The apostrophe. It hasn't got the
Well,
apostrophe.
shout word.
It's.
Shout
Without-
word.
Word.
Ant. Word. I mean,
That's what I hate about games, you know. Everybody
do I.
shouts
So
and
do
gets
I.
overexcited.
Miss. Oh no, it's got an extra. Late. Oh no. I
Could you put some more? Put
All
one
right,
more
another
letter.
one. One more. Last one.
go.
K.
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 I haven't got a K.
K.
You're going in for
Okay,
bingo calling, Anne.
Where's my K? No, I don't know the rhymes. I haven't got any Ks.
No.
Oh, I don't like this game. No,
I
actually,
like it, actually.
it's a very good way of helping children to learn to spell, but adults can play as well. And I thought, with all these cards, you see, at Christmas, I'm sure to have the whole lot of them again.
Imagine the
are
noise
you
at
going to
Christmas.
have them all for Christmas,
but
all your
also,
family?
yes, but because they're such different ages. I mean, I'm one of the youngest, but Matthew's younger. I mean, the children are right up to 18.
Yeah.
But with this sort of thing, you can extract very simple words like ant and so on, or some of them actually start as quite long words, quite complicated words on ecclesiastical. No, where was
Yes,
it?
it's very interesting
See what I mean?
how you can pick out that, like, this peculiar word. Then you've got renew.
Yes,
so they get rid of
that's
that
right.
and they can see.
So that if I called out, I did call out E,
Yes.
so that you would
Knock it
cover
off.
the E, and somebody would call out renew.
So they
That's
can
right.
see a word appear.
So
Yes.
an older child would recognise that.
Yes.
A younger child would learn that that was a word
Yes.
and see how it was built up.
Yeah.
It's good,
Very
isn't it?
It's,
I think it's a nice combination of crossword
well,
and
it's
bingo.
nice because the family can all join in, can't they?
Yes, it would be much more fun with about 6 people than 3, because I hardly got a letter.
Well, yes, because
3
but
letters
you've
on
got
mine.
to be quick on the uptake.
You
You see, I mean, this is the depressing thing when you start playing these sort of things with children. You
Gotta
find
be-
they're quicker
Yes,
than
yeah,
you are,
exactly.
because they're accustomed to doing things like this at school and
Yes.
calling out the answer.
Sure. It's nice, though.
What else have we
I
got?
like
We're going
that.
to be able to play. You see, my problem is that there's so many of them. I like them to go away and do different things quietly in other rooms away from me. Well,
they
some
will.
of the time.
Yes, they will with this.
They will do. That's quite a nice one too, for perhaps a couple of them to play.
What a good idea for playing on the bed, because that's what you
It
want to
is,
do.
yeah.
Sit on your bed and then you lose everything. All the dice, I was going to say, the dice fall off or the ludos fall off.
Yeah, so you've got plastic.
Yes.
Stick.
Yeah.
That's
Stickers.
terrific. And also you can wipe it clean because
Yeah.
children's sticky fingers.
If you're travelling to somebody for Christmas, you know you've seen cars going along with the roof up absolutely piled high with stuff that people are not going to want anyway. It's quite nice to give these sort of things as presents.
Oh, lovely
They're
stocking
very handy
filler.
because
Yeah.
you use them all the year, these sort of things, don't you?
Oh,
It's not a Christmas thing.
Oh, that's another
Oh,
similar thing,
yeah.
isn't it? Forgotten what that's
Lovely
called.
for the car.
Passport
to keep
games,
them
all
quiet.
sorts of games. Backgammon, mastermind.
I think I'm going to concentrate on
see.
getting them plenty of things to do. So they
Oh, I think so. But
Activity.
also, I think
you're
it's a
so good at it.
lovely
Oh,
game.
don't praise
You
me,
are.
Mary.
No, really.
Probably it's because I've got an easy family. I
nice.
know that they'll
Does
accept
there
the
as well.
surprise, don't
Oh,
I?
Mother.
Aren't I giving you enough room?
Oh, that's
Because they're
right.
nearly always lovely ones.
Yes,
Always.
you see, Justin's just the same. He loves surprising, although I can't honestly think that I've ever had a nice surprise. I hope one of you one day will suddenly...
surprise.
You know, I hope
sort
one
of-
day
what do you
you'll
mean?
suddenly spring a nice surprise on me.
But it's too late now.
I think it's much nicer for the person that is springing the surprise for the one it is sprung upon.
Oh, I wouldn't
actually.
agree with
Oh,
that
I do.
because 2 years ago, on my birthday, I thought Terry'd forgotten me.